Hello everyone. Welcome back to one more class on Godwin soft skills. We are super excited to be here with you all, and today's topic is about communication. I always say whether it is soft skills, leadership, or it is your life, it's your experience, anything is impossible without communication. Communication is the key to entrepreneurship. Communication is the key to education. Communication is the key to life. So, effective communicator will always be one step progressive than the others. So, it is very important to have very good communication. So, today we are taking the topic communication from the book Will Women Impact with Love and Leadership, and it is from page 97. So I want you to go through this chapter. It's a very important chapter. If you didn't learn anything from soft skills, I'm okay with it. But if you don't learn communication, it's going to jeopardize your entire life. Because first of all, what you communicate to yourself is important. Choice of words. What do you say yourself? Because words, WORDS, and SWORD, SWORD, or the exchange of letters, it's just the change of place. But it is very powerful. If you hurt someone with a sword, what will happen? Physically, they will be hit. The words also have the same power. Your tongue can hurt someone without you noticing it even. So always have choice of words. Words are very important. And communication is made of words, isn't it? It's always words. It's always the power of words. It's always the power of how you communicate, your tone of voice, how you use your language, your choice of words, what is the situation you prefer, where you want to say what you want to say. All that matters. So today we are in this beautiful space of communication, and I'm so glad to be back here for one more time. So, like I always say, it is doing what I love and loving what I do. And communication is also about being expressive, saying what you really want to say without having a challenge of words, without having to think too much. So, for that, you have to need to work on your vocabulary. How can you work on your vocabulary? How can you work on your language? How can you work on your grammar? It's all through communication only. The more you communicate, the better you become. So it is like you have no choice. Whether you like it or not, you have to keep communicating to make it better and better. So why late? Start today. Okay. So we will start with our wonderful Shukla ji today. So, sir, over to you. We want to know a little about you, three happy moments in your life, and one story. It can be your life story, it can be your life experience, or it can be a story which you have heard or which you have thought or anything. So, it can be you. So, we are giving 5 minutes for each participant, but for you, there is no time limit, because we know we are going to hear to someone very powerful with a great experience. So over to you, sir. God bless you.
A story of a success I would like to. Good evening to all, everyone. First of all, a story of success I would like to share with you, which was happened with me when I got transferred from Calcutta to Karnataka. I came to a place called Bidar in Karnataka. It's a very small township. And first day when I landed there, I was having fully tears in my eyes at where I came. From such a big city, Calcutta, life is different. And suddenly the smallest township in Karnataka. Bidar is a very small district, perhaps the smallest district in Karnataka. Only 5 talukas are there. So I reached there, and that day evening I reached from Hyderabad to Bidar by bus. So at that time, this much money we were not earning there. I can fly by here and there. So this was a very uh, long journey for me, Calcutta to Bidar. The success story is that the factory, there is a factory. I have never worked in the production. I was a man from sales and marketing. I know how to sell, but how to produce, I was not doing. and how to make profit in production, I was having zero idea. There was a factory in the Bidar called direct processing unit of government of Karnataka, and which was running in huge loss. So my general manager, he asked me that you go and take a charge there and see what way we can develop this. First today I didn't spoke to anyone, just I have introduced myself. I was keep on watching that. So language was another barrier for me because most of the laborers they are Kannadigas, localites. Some labor are from nearby border Andhra. They speak Telugu only. I was a man from Calcutta. I can speak Hindi, English, Bengali. I don't know Kannada. So the step one that I said yes, let me start learning Kannada first of all, at least fundamental word. So that's the first step I put myself. I started mingling with the all workers in the factory for a week long. I was trying to understand what is the reason that work culture is so poorly. The major what I understood that yesterday my first class in leadership, what you taught, that day I was not knowing this. I understood that there is a completely atrocity of the leader. The earlier manager used to come like a king there. The moment he comes, everyone has to stand and salute him. Somebody has to rush, bring a cup of tea for him, and somebody will bring only one cigarette in a tray. So I asked, what is this? Why is this? For everybody is working for their bread. It is not that somebody is king sitting here on a chair. I started demolishing all these things there. One by one, I started breaking every barriers what they had. I have broken the completely barrier between the manager of the factory and the last worker, gatekeeper. We all came in a single chain. And I have given them complete freedom that whatever problem you are facing in a day, I want to solve the same day. It cannot be next day. Because these 8 hours of production, we need to enhance ourselves. And there was other area, as it's a government company, there was a huge theft was there. Workers, they used to take the things outside and sell in a lower, cheaper price, which was impacting the organization. That I understood that they're so poorly paid. During that time, they were getting 2,500 salary only. So I have changed their completely salary structure within first month itself. The pay scale completely has been changed. Completely check method has been followed. So they have to come through 2-3 check inside the factory, and while leaving also the same thing was there. And the best part was that everyone started enjoying the work there. Earlier, they used to come and work and go. There was a rush that I should come inside the factory by 7 o'clock. That punctuality has came inside. And being a leader, I used to be there by 6:55 morning. I used to be always 5 minutes ahead. And I have given them such a beautiful atmosphere to work and complete freedom to run as their own. That factory has become profitable in third month itself. Until the date I was there, it was the highest revenue giving factory to government of Karnataka in terms of excise duties. So that's a beautiful success story in my life when I came and worked there. It is all you understand the need of your employee, you understand the culture of your employee, try to solve their day-to-day issue, whatever is there. Once you are able to break these all barriers, the success is bound to come to you. This is a small
Amazing.
story which I have shared with all of you.
Seriously, it's amazing. I always say, a boss is a person who will just guide you. But leader is a person who will not only guide you, but also will be with you, show the way, be the way, and also ensure that there is results. I always say, what is the end result? Income generating activities. Like if we are meeting, why are we meeting? If we are doing something, why are we doing? There need to be a purpose. So I think your people were purpose driven. That's why they were able to be one of the top in Karnataka. I'm so glad about that. Sir, your 3 happy moments.
See, one happiest moment is that when I became father of my daughter. So that's the happiest moment in my life. So
Yeah.
that bundle of joy I have seen. And second happiest moment was I was the first person in the government of Karnataka history who has got promoted breaking the barrier. So I became supervisor in government of Karnataka. They have broken the government rule to promote me. So I was the youngest manager in the MSI.
Wow.
And the third highest moment was when I became in first three in the ASM ranking in the India for 3M, where I was working as a multinational company. So I came from government company where the work culture was very low. When I came to 3M's completely multinational company, there's cutthroat work is there, and I was the person who was not knowing even how to open the laptop when I joined 3M. When they given the laptop to me, I got surprised at what to do with this. They said, no, every work we do from here only. I have learned that, and within second year, I took my position there. There are few happy moments in life by there, which make me
That's
very happy
really
whenever I hear
powerful,
about.
like from where, you are gifted a laptop without even knowing what to be done. And today using Zoom and being a ace maker and, your speaking skills and all that, it's a great thing to be happy about. So amazing, sir. God bless you because you have personal happiness, you have professional happiness, and also there is progress, success, and growth, which we can, see and be happy about. So I'm very glad about it. So let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you very much, sir, for being a part of this program and trying to communicate spontaneously. You're just allowing your mind to speak. Whatever sentences you are making, it's spontaneous. So it's very important for us to express ourselves. The more we express ourselves, the better leaders we become. Because one important thing of a leader is to communicate information from sender to receiver, receiver to sender in the same form. What I say and what I mean should be understood in the same way by my subordinates or colleagues. So thank you so much. And we enjoyed your story because it's personal story and no one is you and that is your power. So God bless you and over to Fatima B. How are you today? How are you doing today? You're looking really smart.
Thank you.
So, what are your three happy moments and what is the story you would like to share with us today?
Three happy moments is first of all when I first went to the beach.
Huh?
I really like that, and the like when I went to school and like everyone like were looking up to me and were like really excited that I was in school. And
Nice.
third, like when my brother went to Australia and we saw him like going to the airport. Yeah,
Yeah,
three.
I know. It's exactly 6 months since he went, and I was missing him since morning. But then the walk which he gave the other day in the airport was like towards our progress. That's what we could feel. That boy is really powerful. The founder of our family is really powerful. Okay, and what story you would like to share with us?
There is this one story in the book Will that I know from years now, and it's like still one story that I really like. So like the story is like about this one girl who is like crying and sitting on this like footpath type of thing. And then there is this one man who comes in this car and sees that girl crying and all. And like he goes up to her and asks like why you're crying and all. And like she says him that like I don't have enough money to like get my mom flowers. And then the man says I can buy the flowers, and she has like just a few pennies left. So like they go get the flowers, and then the man asks if the girl wants like a lift home or whatever. And then she like tells him like go to the cemetery and like they go keep the flowers in her mom's graveyard. So like that's really nice story that I like from that book.
Okay. So this man goes to wire uh, flowers to his mom. So he, instead of wiring, he takes it and he goes and gives to her personally because he realizes the girl doesn't even have a mom and she wants to just give her flowers.
Yeah.
But then he is having a mom who's real and who's staying 200 kilometers away, but he chose to wire it to her, and later he said, no, when she is there, I'm going to spend a lot of happy moments with her. Because
Yeah.
see, nothing is permanent, nothing is for sure. We cannot take anything for granted. Nothing can be taken for granted because we don't know what will happen the next moment. We cannot promise anything. Our life runs on hope, faith, and the mercy of Lord. If he says we have to come away now, if I have to go away now, I have to go away. I cannot say, God, please give me time. I'll finish this class and come. No, you don't get a single second. So that is why time is a masterpiece. That is why communication is a masterpiece. The more you communicate clearly, what is that you want in life? What is the purpose of your life? Why are you here? And what do you really want to do in the universe? God is very kind to us to give all that if you are able to jot down crystal clear. Being specific is terrific. Okay? We have to live a life by choice. You have to choose your life. See, if you have to live a life by chance, then we are not in this class, isn't it? If you want to live a life by chance, you have always. You don't have to be progressive. You don't have to learn life skills. You don't have to do anything at all. But if you want to improve, if you want to take a step, if you want to move forward in life, you have to read, you have to write, you have to improve on continuous basis. And that itself is life. So education is a medium for you to become, you know, a lady or a gentleman or a person of discipline. But then how do we become? We become through transactions. And every transaction, believe me or not, requires communication. If you are a good communicator, you are welcome everywhere. Yeah. So you should also know how much is too much. That is also there. Okay, great. Great speaking to you, Fatima B. Over to our favorite Saugato Chatterjee ji. I'm not sure whether he is in Bangalore or Calcutta, but I'm so glad to see you on your iPad and your class. So this is called commitment. So we love you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you. No, I'm in Calcutta, obviously, and I've done my hospital duty in the morning. Coming back to the points, what are the three happy moments? I have so many happy moments, picking just three is difficult. But if I remember correctly, my happiest moment was when I got married. That was definitely a happy moment for me. My and my second happy moment, I agree with Shuklaji that the day my daughter Reshma was born, of course, I could not express, how much happy I was, but on a hindsight, I know I was a very happy father because she exactly looks like me, and
All
and the
fathers are
third moment,
happy with daughters.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Look at
the third one was in 3M during my stint. I was given a global award, and it's called the Asian, award for top 10 guys, basically in Asia, where they took me to US and put me in front of 30,000 crowd, the shareholders, and I got the award with the standing ovation of 30,000 people who gathered in a baseball, stadium. That was something, I never dreamed that I'd be achieving that kind of recognition. It is not just an award, but the kind of love and respect I got. It was definitely one of the best moments in my life. So these are the three moments, and there are many more. Every day is a happy day for me, actually.
yes.
Something or other, opens up. My meeting with you is also a very happy moment. So
Thank you,
learning
sir. I'm
opportunity.
blessed. I'm
Yeah.
blessed. We are honored. Usually, my mentor tells me, "You tell me with whom you spend your big chunk of your awakening time, and I'll tell you who you are." So she always keeps telling, like, you have to choose your people. Your inner circle should be right. That is
Yes.
when you can be a powerful, person. So I believe
Absolutely.
family is the biggest inner circle, and it's very important how we are, building our family. I always say The family where you come from is not as important as the family you have created. People call me selfish, but I'm okay with it. Because see, we have already come from there. But what are you going to do with the family you created? You have to give the best of best to the family that you created. Because it's a
Yeah.
legacy. So when I say this, when I call my son the founder of the family, and then when I give utmost importance to the family we created, uh, people think it is too selfish to do that. But I would say that is how you have to march forward, because everybody
Yeah.
is responsible for the family that they created. Because we have to give
Absolutely.
children good education, good discipline. We have to make them humans first, and then they
Right.
have to be polished in such a way tomorrow if there is any crisis in life, they should be able to get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. So this is something I'm very, very, serious about. So what makes me
Yes.
happy is, when children who studied with me or whom I coached come and tell me, Vijaya ma'am, because of you, I did not give up, and your classes meant a lot to me. I get a very big kick, or I feel very happy about it. Um,
Sure.
most of
You
my
deserve to be happy.
yes, most of
You
my
deserve to be
students
happy.
most of my students now are abroad. Like how Abdul Hakim is abroad, like that. There are many students who studied with me who are in different parts of the country. In fact, I would love to share a story which happened real in my life. I
Uh-huh.
was called for UAE. Somebody called us to sign a MOU with Mother Teresa University. You all know Mother Teresa University is my life. Like that is what I
Dream
breathe. I
project.
talk. I be. It's more than anything else. It's a call within a call. So we had to sign up some agreement for EMBA, and they wanted to take up as an ambassador for Dubai, UAE, of course, the entire Emirates. So I go, I get down, and they come and receive me. Two guys, they are very powerful. To be very honest, they are very
Mhm.
powerful. So I come out, and we get into a very big vehicle, and then that's my first time in Dubai. I've never been to Dubai. Of course, I'm a international traveler, but then that is the first time I'm going to Dubai. So I went and sat in the car, and we started. I know a little bit of good Hindi. Of course, I can't understand Arabic, but I can gauge what they are talking, because Urdu is also a little bit of same slang. So
Right.
they asked me, "Would you like to have a coffee?" So we said we'll pick up coffee. So we picked up coffee, and we are having coffee, and I mean in the car, he is saying, Madam, this is your MOU, you need to sign. That is when we can proceed. I said, I have to read the MOU. He's saying, no, there is nothing to read. We have jotted down all that you have said, all that you have done. So we'll have to uh,
Stop.
sign this now. I said, I will not sign. He's saying, if you are not signing, you have to get down the car. I said, I can, no problem. He's saying, Madam, this is not the India. You don't know where you are. This is Dubai. And it is in the middle of the night. I was picked up around 12:30 in the night. So it was in the middle of the
Oh,
night, around 1 o'clock or something. So, you don't know what it is. You'll be taken for 6 or. I said, धमकी दे रहे हो क्या? धमकी दे रहे हो मुझे? Nothing will happen. I want to get out of the car. So he opened the car, and I got down. I'm seeing everywhere it's a desert. I don't even know where I am, what it is. It is
oh
all
my God.
dark, and we didn't come much from airport. We didn't come much. Must be 1 or 2 kilometers. So
Okay.
and I don't have my phone. My phone won't work because it is Dubai, and it's India phone. And I don't know what to do. So I just sat down, calmed myself. The car went away, and sat myself. I had only a small packet, a small. Uh, it was a 3 day
Right.
trip or something, so it was a small suitcase which I had, and I had a handbag. So I'm sitting, and I'm like, first I just prayed to God Almighty. Then, like, I was convinced that what I did was right. So I know we came that side, and Dubai is very safe. You actually don't have to worry. I didn't know what to do. Okay, I immediately switched off my phone, switched on roaming, and then went to Facebook and messaged, who are all my students who are in Dubai? I need help.
Okay.
And you will not believe I got 4 to 5 responses. Ma'am,
Wow.
I'm here in Dubai. What happened? Ma'am, where are you? Ma'am, let us know what is happening. Then I sent the live location and I told my students that, there was a challenge and I had to get down the car and this is what happened. So one of my students said, when Ibu is here, wife here. Ma'am, just send the location. I'm here. I will be there in 20 minutes. So they came in 20 minutes. They took me to Bar Dubai. They put me in a good hotel because I had an international card which wasn't working. So they helped me to get dirhams, and then they made my 3 days so heavenly that it was unforgettable. And the people who dropped me could not believe that I survived without knowing anything in Dubai. That is the power of studentship. That is the power of being a teacher. See, if you are a teacher,
Correct.
if you have coached the children generously and they know that you are a good teacher and you have done something unconditionally to them, they will also come unconditionally, because Dubai is very costly for cars. If you have to ride in Dubai, it's very costly. But that student chose to come in the middle of the night, and then I don't even have their numbers. I had to, message them through Messenger. So when I came back, that was a powerful story for me. So you do good if you are there, and if you are in crisis, I could have signed that MOU. It wouldn't have been big what he would have written, but I didn't like his attitude. Why I'm saying this is, you cannot work with people with whom your mental balance is not good. You shouldn't be working, because why are we working? We are working to be happy. It is not that I want to become a multi-billionaire, somebody there, and then you're not happy, then that it's no fun. For me, feeding my children makes me happy. Cooking for them makes me happy. Being,
Sure.
happily sleeping makes me happy. So all the
Yeah.
small happiness you cannot trade for some headache which they might do, or which they might take money from somebody showing our MOU, and then we are being held responsible. All that would be a challenge. So I like to live a slow life, beautiful life, slow and steady win the race. So happiness is the most important thing. Money is something, but money is not everything. So you need people, you need power, you need love, all that. But to do some, kind things in the world, just love is also enough. You can manage it.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
I'm happy sharing my story with you all. So over to the little fellow, our dear Rahim. What do you have to say? And next we will talk to Roxana ma'am. I think she's in a car. Hope her network is stable. Okay. We are talking to Rahim.
My
So what are you?
my three most happy moments is first when I was born, obviously.
Okay, it was my happy moment also. When you were born, I was very happy. Yes.
Second, it was when I was there is a when I celebrated my birthday in what what is that place called again? What
Your birthday, August 2nd. Yeah, what's happening on that day?
I
Malgudi
on my
Farm.
birthday I forgot that place name. We were
Malgudi Farm.
Weaver.
brother, my sister, mom, dad, we went on a trip. Not
Malgudi
on a
Farms.
trip. No. Yeah, on Malgudi Farms.
Okay.
I forgot the place name. On Malgudi Farms, and that was my first day being there also.
Wow. So you love Malgudi Farms. We all know that. And you forgot the place name. That's also okay. Okay, that's your second happy moment. What is about your third?
Third is when third what else? Third, when I actually lasted for a whole day in Ramadan without eating. That was my
Oh,
first happy.
wow. When you fasted for the whole day without eating, you felt very good and happy. Yes, it's big deal because you keep running and you keep having water all the time. So thank God. Okay, these are the three happy moments. And what story have you got to tell us?
It's my friend's story that he told me in school. It
Okay.
was a girl walking by the sidewalk.
Ah,
She saw a bench full of flowers on top of it.
wow.
Then she went and sat there.
Mm-hmm.
Then she got up. Then went into a like what do you call that?
I don't know what you call. Unless you tell me or describe me, I won't know.
It's like wait
I'm waiting.
into like our grandma's house.
Okay.
Then she like sees the same bench again, but when she sat on it, it was full red. But when she came back from her from her grandma's house, it was all blue.
Okay. Is this a
Then she
haunted
sat
story
on
or
it.
something?
No, it's not a haunted story. I
No,
don't
because
know
the
what.
bench is turning red and blue. Okay, in the park it is blue in color, and in grandma's house it's red in color. It's the same kind of
No,
bench.
no, no.
Did I get it
No,
well?
it's the same bench, but with
Okay.
different flowers every single day.
Oh,
It's like,
okay, yeah.
and then at last, when she was like going, like shifting out of that state, then she saw the same bench,
Okay.
but the bench was like, what do you call it? The bench
Unless you tell.
was like, nobody sat on that bench leaving her. So then she went again to that same place and she saw the bench, but the bench was like broken at all because like it was like years ago.
Okay, what is the moral of the story? Don't sit
I
in a
don't know.
bench. It will be
I
broken.
don't know moral of the story though.
No
He only
problem.
told me. He
Okay,
told me only.
ask your friend what the story actually means. Does he have a lover, or is he following her to the grandma's place, or he is really sitting with that lover and those people, those two doesn't want to share that bench with anybody? I don't know. It could be anything, but the challenge is how old was your friend? Because you have all big friends.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, good to see that he is communicating. Actually, nobody knows what he communicated, but then he had the cheek to talk about something and keep the conversation going. So communication is all about, be there to entertain people and say something. Of course, I didn't understand a bit what he said. No one understood. Are you telling the story again, or we let it go? We let it go?
Let it go.
Let it
Yeah.
go. Let it go.
I'll
Okay.
say it in the next meeting. It's okay.
Okay, in the next meeting you say, okay. See, that is how we improve communication. If we fail once, that is not the end. It's only a bend. We have to heal, overcome, and come back and speak. Okay. Over to Roxana.
I'll ask my friend again. I'll ask my friend.
Okay,
It's just
ask
a
your
half
friend again
story.
whether it is a real story or is a cooked up story, whether grandma's house is there, whether that girl is there, whether that bench she sits
No. I
by
only
the
said
color
like
of
the
the
half.
bench. All that you
But
check and
what I liked
I
what I
only
liked
said
about
the
his
half.
story
huh.
is
I only
three
said
things.
the
One
half
is
of
his
the
smiling
story.
face.
Yeah.
Second is whether it is narrating or cooking up. He has done it very smartly, and the third thing is the enthuse. With
Yeah.
I could see all these three.
See, nothing
It's
great
good.
was ever achieved without enthusiasm. So he is fully
Absolutely.
enthusiastic to say what it is. Okay, you check with your friend and tell us again. We go to Roxana ma'am. So the last speaker of the day, she's an amazing speaker,
Once again, ma'am.
amazing trainer. She's a volunteer. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Shukla ji.
Good learning is there in this storytelling that whatever you are communicating, you should enjoy. He was enjoying that. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good
Enjoy the
takeaway.
communication, whether there is some link or not. Usually, you know what we do when we talk about a happy moment, we try and connect something related to that. So his happy moment is listening to his friend. So he listened something what he told, and it's very important in communication that we should empathize. We should be there. We should actually
Absolutely.
listen. That's why we have 2 ears and one mouth, isn't it? So glad. So we lost ma'am. I think she's traveling. So that is the reason she's not uh, here. So until Roxana ma'am comes, we will keep talking about communication. 90 page 97 onwards, it is there. It's about public speaking. It is about the 5 types of communication. We have intrapersonal communication. We have interpersonal communication. We have verbal communication. We have non-verbal communication, and we have formal and informal communications. So you should know what you're talking and to whom you're talking and how you're going to talk. So communication is very important. So when I talk about body language or when I talk about choice of words, I also talk about what you're feeding your mind because it's your interpersonal. What is that you are going to tell yourself to tell outside? Because 90% of the thing is your reaction. Only 10% is what happens to us. 90% is how we react to that, isn't it? So it is your reaction that matters in communication. How do you do it? So that we have to see and we have to really take care of our body language and work on it. So over to Roxana ma'am. Ma'am, we would love to have 3 happy moments from you and one story. And with that, we end the class.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Vijaya. Good evening to all of you. And my sweet love to the little one, Rahim. You are really very cute. Okay. The 3 happy moments for me is first when from a little girl I became a little woman. The day I got matured, I felt that I was a big woman now. So that was a very happy moment for me. And the second was when I became a mother for the second time.
Wow.
And then when I became a grandmom. So these were the 3 happy, the most happiest thing. Then why I was, the story what I have to tell is, as I said, when I became a mother for the second child, like the story behind that is that when you get something you're not going to get and then you get it, that is the most the biggest happiness. When I went to the hospital, it was 5 days before the date. It was November 14th. No, 7 days before. It was November 14th my date, and I went there on November 6th, 8 o'clock in the evening. Then the doctor tested. He said after the testing and all, he said no, the baby is no movement and the baby is dead. You have to get her operated, otherwise even she will die. So that was the communication. I had absolutely no pains. And then from that Alamein hospital, they said no, we want to take her back, and they shifted me to Baptist. So by the time I came to Baptist, it was about 12:45 in the morning, and then by 1:30 I gave birth to a very very healthy child, male child. So I was so happy when I saw the baby. It was not that, you know, when they said it is a child, God has a boy. So my first to describe my happiness. And so what my husband attended, he also was, the doctor came and the duty doctor came and asked, are you willing to take a VVIP room or you want to take just an ordinary room? Then my husband was so happy.
Ma'am, your voice is lagging.
I said the child is so good.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Yeah, your voice is breaking. Your voice is lagging.
We'll go
She
for a
is
VVIP
traveling,
room.
that's why.
So just from an ordinary, the child.
Yeah, we lost
Oh.
her. Okay. So, she was explaining how happy she was feeling, isn't it? When a child was born, especially when you are expecting for the worst and then something best happens. It's always God's plan, isn't it? It's God's plan. He is the one who runs our life. Ma'am, we lost you because your network is,
Yeah, we heavy rain again.
fluctuating, I think. Yeah, we heard you till the time, you said you went to Baptist hospital and then your male child was born and you were super happy. That is where we heard and, that is all we could comprehend. But then nevertheless, happiness has its own power. Happiness has its own power. God has his own power.
Am I
Almighty
audible now?
Yeah, God has his own power. So, I want all of you to read this
Yes.
chapter on communication. Communication is the key. Intrapersonal, especially how you communicate with others. See, interpersonal is how you communicate with yourself and what you put in your subconscious mind. But you also have to have caution when you're doing intrapersonal talk. Like you're talking to somebody else, you should first check whether they know your language, whether what you're communicating is observed, understood, and you should also ensure that the other person is willing to listen. Because most of the time, why I see a failure in communication is that the other person is not interested to listen to you. So when you're talking to someone who's not interested to listen to you, there is no point. I learned it the hard way. Before I used to, try talking to students, try talking and, getting them on a good path and all that. But now I know there is no, for this, especially now, we should be very careful. The less we talk, the more we are respected. So, communication is something where we are invited to talk. We have to earn the right to talk. I always say, I speak only when I'm given the right to speak, isn't it? So communication is all about ensuring that our personality is defined, dignified, and we are determined to make a difference in the society. So today's homework, we have the last 5 minutes. So let me tell you your homework. See, always ensure that whatever you want to tell with 100% empathy. Whatever you want to say. See, ma'am spontaneously told about how she felt happy when the child was born and why it was so important to her because she was misled, isn't it? So then when the real thing happens, you feel so good. So she was bringing continuity in the thing. So always you have to start an introduction when you're communicating and then you have to talk about the subject. That is the body of the subject. And then you have to go to conclusion. So if you are empathizing, if you want to say something, you can actually relate to her. Oh, ma'am, I can always relate to her by telling, oh, I also have, have a very, very um, uh, important story or the happy moment when my child was born because I got the pain in the train when we were coming back from my native. It started paining. That was this fellow, this little fellow, Abdul Rahim. So he's saying, knock, knock, mom, I want to come out. Where will he come out? We are in the train and then the entire bogie was full of army officers. We were the only, I think, 4 or 5 of us. One bogie was the one compartment was the one who were civilians. So I was becoming red and blue. Where will I give birth to a child in front of so many people, so many strangers, so many men? So I was praying God all the time that I should be safely back home, and I didn't have any reports of mine and all. So I was rushed to hospital from my native 6:15 we reached Bangalore. From east we took a auto and we rushed to the hospital. 6:43 he was born. So that was like um, like it's a roller coaster ride. I can't say. My brother was all the time telling, I'll pull the train. I said, what will you do pulling the train? It is night. We don't know where we are, what's going to happen. But God was very kind. We safely came back to Bangalore, and then he was born in Bangalore to be called a Bangalorean. Only thing my brother keeps teasing me is, if you would have allowed him to be born in train, he would have got a free ticket lifelong. I said, I don't want a free ticket lifelong. I will. I had to give birth in front of so many people. I would have gone. I was becoming. The very thought of it made me more. Samal. I was telling Vijaya, take care. You have to go to the hospital, not here. This is not your place. So that's how it is. So this fellow gave me a lot of trouble even while coming. He gives me trouble even now. So that is okay. So that's how you can empathize. You can connect on the same, front. Like she was talking about her delivery, you can talk about your delivery. Somebody is talking about entrepreneurship, you can talk about your entrepreneurship. But then it should not be like, oh, you did this, I can do bigger than this. Not like that. You should be able to empathize. You should be able to talk on the same terms. That is very important. So communication is something we can have. We have to keep doing lifelong. We have to keep bettering it. As there is no 100%. Nobody can reach 100% communication. If we are able to do 70% of the communication well, that itself is a great deal. So whom should we communicate well with? We have to communicate with our family well. That is what we don't do. Like if suddenly if your son hits you or a daughter hits you by mistake, like when you get dashed, you say, "Anki anku dikta nahi, dekh ko jana nahi." You say, "Can't you see? Are you blind? Can't you go properly?" Like that we talk. But when we actually go and bump a stranger, there we say sorry. Oh, sorry, sorry. That stranger, we are going to not even see him again. There we told sorry, but how should we treat our own family? We should treat them better. We should be better with our people, because it is our inner circle and family which matters the most. Good or bad, they are the ones who are going to stay with us always. So let's communicate and continue the communication with other participants tomorrow. Many of them are not here because it's a Sunday. So we will continue communication tomorrow. So your homework, I wish you all have started writing quotes. You have started writing, because writing is a very important virtue. And then your reading, you have to read the chapter communication, because we are doing life skills. We are talking about certification. We are talking about personality. Please have the habit of reading. It will help you. Again, it will be like a cliche. I'll keep saying you every now and then that you have to read, write, and participate. Participation is also very, very important. So that I'll keep saying. So now what you have to do is, the homework for you is to write 100 to 1. That is 100, 99, 98, 97, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. So when you do a back counting, your brain power increases. Okay. So the homework for you is to write 100 to 1 in a backward movement. It's called synchronization. That will help you to have a better function of your brain. In fact, you can do it every day. See, this fellow does it. So he keeps his thumbs up there, and I see him there. Okay. So that is what you're going to do. And tomorrow we will continue with the rest of them who have not been a part of today's program. And we will continue making impacts in life. So that is all for today. Huh? What happened? You have something to say? No, I have to tell my dedicate statement. No, that's when you can say bye. You have 1 more minute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say the last minute. It's last minute. That's
Yeah,
why.
it's a last minute. So sorry. Please forgive me.
Sorry.
I love you. I love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you. Bye.
So you're very
Bye.
happy. Sundays, friends are waiting. So he has to say bye and leave. Okay, bye.
Bye.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, all of you. Let's take a photograph and then we leave. Just keep your hand. I will take one photograph. And then you can leave. All of us will keep our hand. Yes.
Should I just make the camera more bigger? I'll just make the camera.
What I should do?
Just made the camera more bigger.
I should make the camera bigger, is it? Okay.
No. I was thinking to put my camera more better.
Okay. Put your camera bigger, better, whatever you want to do. You please do.
Yeah, not bigger, I think.
Yes. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.